Most of us have been told that we see with these two eyes, and that's not a complete truth. The reality is that these two eyes are just sensors to capture light. What happened? They capture light and they send information to our brain. Our brain translate that information according to the content we have in our brain, and in that way we create the image, and that image comes with an assigned label or name and with an assigned definition of what it is. And this is the way we are interacting in this system. The system is quite well designed because if you notice, as soon as we arrive into this system, the same culture, our parents, the environment start condition us and start giving us name and start giving us labels and definitions of what this reality is. On top of that, we have an education system, we have scientists, doctors, and especially TV that we repeatedly watch every night, and that is transporting images, television transporting visions into our brain to condition our content, to give us the content. And based on that content, we are here in the future, so we get any stimulus, yes? We look something, we look at something, we get any stimulus, and for us to make sense of that stimulus, we gotta go back to the past. And the past is an illusion. So we go back to the past to make sense of what we receive in the present time, and then based on this, we are creating our future. So we are almost bypassing the present moment. So we are literally bypassing life. So we come over here. Many people come over here and never get to realize and see with their real eyes. And which ones are the real eyes? The real eyes are found in the present moment, and they come in form of an impulse, energetic impulse, energy in motion, emotion, impulse that make us feel. Again, because we've been conditioned about what an emotion is, what a romantic relationship is, what love is. So what we're doing all the time is receiving the emotion, receiving the stimulus, and going back to make sense of it. Once we go back to make sense of it, we start using our thinking. And once we use it, our thinking, we stop feeling because we stop observing the experience. That's why things repeat over and over again, because we are not living the experience as it is. We are conditioned the experience according to the past, according to the memory or the information we got before. So the information that we receive in the present moment, it is the most magical information and the most crucial. I don't know if you have ever heard the saying, know thyself. So know thyself means is that anything we're attracting is happening because we have this resonance in here. So whatever image comes, whatever impulse comes, whatever stimulus comes, it can be a person, it can be a job, it can be a place, it can be music, comes to us to make us feel. If we stop repeating the same operating system of going back to the condition to make sense to the present time, what's going to happen is that we receive, now that we know, now that you know, now that I know, we can do this, we receive the stimulus, and instead of labeling it, instead of wanting to understand it, we just let it happen. When we let it happen, what we're gonna go is into a new trip, into a new adventure, because we don't know what it is, because we decide not to label it. So we start observing it, just observing it, not adding or subtracting nothing, and then we're gonna start looking with our real eyes, which is the sensitivity, which is feeling. Feeling is seeing. That's why we might hear somebody or see somebody and we immediately know that person is not real or is fake or is lying to us. Doesn't matter what the person is trying to convey, it's because we can feel it. That's why we know something is true or not, because we can feel it. And then comes the conflict of these two dimensions, because we were trained to do this, but we naturally do this. Now that we understand that we were trained to be conditioned, and that every time we go back to the conditioning mind, to the ego mind that wants to know everything, we are literally dying. We are literally stopping the experience of knowing ourselves. Now that we know that, we can just stay there, observe, and realize that we can use our real eyes by just observing and letting them talk to us. And in that way, we get the compass to move. And the compass is that attraction, because that attraction is gonna lead us into what our soul want us to release, to real ease. And the more we do it, the lighter we get. And the lighter we get, the more information we can receive. And then the more we can see.